All politics boils down to voter coalitions, groups of people who vote for a party or a candidate and what those people want. I'm going to demonstrate how that system can get thrown out of whack with cheerwine. Let's say these bottles of cheerwine represent voters. You got some on the left, some on the right, and a whole bunch in the middle. Now, to win a majority in a two-party system, you got to persuade a bunch of voters here in the middle, which means there's a lot of areas of overlap. Fundamental shared ideas about how democracy should work. So things like majority rule and one person, one vote, we don't solve our problems with violence, and so forth. The political centers of gravity for either side are still slightly right, slightly left, and that makes sense because that represents each majority coalition. Now, here's where things get weird. Let's say just a small number of this side's voters get radicalized and their politics get more extreme. A couple of things happen. First, the center of gravity for this party moves further away from the middle, and you start hearing a lot more weird stuff. Second, all these guys are now more aligned with each other, which means it's easier for them to plan and mobilize. So even though these guys are a minority overall, they get much more vocal and much better organized. By contrast, these guys have a much bigger spectrum of views and interests to appeal to, a bigger coalition. And that naturally makes it harder for these guys to articulate a single point of view. Because there is no single point of view, their coalition is broad, and the center of gravity hasn't really changed that much. You also get a much narrower range of overlap here in the middle. The two sides don't agree on all the fundamentals they once did. Is this starting to sound familiar now? In our two-party system, the shift of just a small minority of voters towards more extreme politics can destabilize this whole system. Stuff like ranked choice voting and proportional representation would mostly solve this problem by allowing more electoral choices. But in the absence of that, this is the system we have. So if our politics seem to be getting weirder these days, this is why. I got a lot of cheerwine now.